Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going through an idea that I had. I see a lot of people asking me how I come up with creative club ideas because I've done quite a lot of ideas for almost every single country. So today I'm going to go through the process of how I can come up with a new creative club for whatever nation I am interested in. So first things first, let's go into creative club. On this windowed version of FIFA, we'll just pick this guy and we'll be called Mr. Manager. So we want to obviously go into create a club, and this is where a lot of people seem to get stuck. Well, I'm interested in playing in England, so the first thing I always do is head over to Google Maps. I like to find areas of the countries where, there could be a football team there, for example, the Isle of Wight. That seems like quite a cool one. There doesn't seem to be any football teams that I recognise there from Newport. Newport County, of course, is from the other Newport that is in Wales. So Isle of Wight is a potential idea right there straight away. Isle of Sheppey looks quite interesting here. It's quite close to London. It's got some interesting geography. And obviously I'm interested in that being Geografifa. But we're not going to go for there. Is there anywhere up north that might be cool? Coldstream, possibly. I know Berwick-on-Tweed has a football team. Anywhere else? Gretna used to play in England despite being in Scotland, I believe. So that could be a very interesting save. So let's type in Gretna football team. And you can see straight away we've got a good idea right here. Gretna FC was a Scottish football team that played on the border of Scotland and England and competed in Scotland. Well, because of its proximity to the likes of Carlisle, which plays in the United Kingdom and plays in England, I think they're going to be the team we're going to recreate. Thankfully for us, Wikipedia has the two kits that they like to use, so we're just going to drag them to the side here, and we're going to create Gretna FC. This is how simple it can be for you to create a new football team on Create a Club. Sorry if I'm not very good at talking and typing at the same time. It's not something that I do very often. And then straight away we can replace a team. Let's replace Carlisle. I believe they're in... Nope, they must be in League 2 now. Yep, there's Carlisle United. Replace those. Barrow are fairly close by. They're in Cumbria, so it's not too far away. And then from here on out, it's simply making the white and black kit. You can see on the Wikipedia on the side, some of these are fairly similar, I guess. Is there one that's spot on? I think that's probably about as close as we're going to get. The shorts are the wrong color, but fairly close on the arms, and then the other one is just inverted what we've already got as a pre-default setup right here. So that's just an example, and there we go, straight away we've made Gretna FC based on a real team. That's an easy example though, because obviously I'm from England, so I know a little bit more about English football than some of you will. Let's have a challenge, let's have a look at Denmark. Well, what do we know about Denmark? We know they have partial ownership over the Faroe Islands and Greenland, so I think Nuke is probably out of the question because that's going to be a bit too far to travel for every match, but the Faroe Islands could be an interesting save. If we're on PC, we can even scout the Faroe Islands and get some players of that nationality, and I think there are actually one or two already on the game. If you go on here and type in the Faroe Islands, submit, you can see we've got a Faroe Islands player already. We can get Gilly Sorensen if we really wanted in this save, a real player. So let's have a look and see if there are any Faroe Islands teams. Well, if we go onto this website.com, you can see that there is indeed a Faroe Islands team that plays already in the Danish 6th division, I think. It's all in Faroese or whatever they speak in the Faroe Islands. They've also got a Danish webpage, but obviously nothing in English. We can easily try and copy this football team. If we just try and search their name, we'll have a look at their kits on their gallery as well, and we can just recreate it this way. It's a super easy way, and I think they again would be, it looks like they're Christmas pie pictures, not so much about the football team. There we go. So they play in all blue, and it looks like they've got a black goalkeeper's kit. Fairly easy for us to recreate. I do only know about them because of Football Manager, but you can see on here, you've got the stadium is called the Klovermarken, they play in Copenhagen, and they play in an all blue kit, and then a weird green and white kit. It's a combination that's super easy for us to recreate on FIFA, so it's probably our next save idea. The last other place I recommend you have a look at is Wikipedia. If you type in defunct football teams, you will get a list of teams that used to exist and probably don't anymore. Almost every country on Wikipedia has them, and you can see if you're interested in a certain place, maybe you want to play in Lincolnshire where I was born. Here we go, here's a bunch of different teams we can recreate. Maybe you want to play as Gainsborough United FC or Grantham Rovers FC, a team that was disbanded for having debts of £140. Who knows, you can give one of these a go. I think this is probably the best way to get a football team because some of these you probably never heard of. I remember I've mentioned Argonauts before. They were a combination of a bunch of different university teams and they played in a 100,000 capacity White City Stadium. This is the sort of thing you can do on Wikipedia. You can go down the rabbit hole. Maybe if you're playing on modded FIFA, you can actually even give them the stadium that's the right kind of size. So on this version that I've got, for example, I can choose real life stadiums. So we can go all the way down to the bottom down here and we can get them to play at Wembley Stadium. Fairly good and fairly similar to the White City Stadium. And I think that again would be a very interesting save. So maybe actually give Argonauts FC a go. If you've got any suggestions for ways that you like to try and find new create a club ideas, please do let me know in the comments because I'm sure a ton of people would love to know, especially me, because as it's part of my job to try and think of new ones, I'm always trying to come up with new ideas. So to summarize, Google Maps is probably my first port of call if I'm looking for an interesting save. Like I said, Isle of Man would be cool, Guernsey, Guernsey, all of these. If you look in somewhere like Holland, you've got all these little islands. You've got Almere. I know there's a football team on there, but that's a cool island just And finally, the last place you can look is on our Discord server. If you go and create a club ideas, you can see we have a ton of them right here. We've got Livorno, for example. We've got people making kits, Catania's badge. You have a ton of them. Victoria Rossport, Harchester United from Dream Team. This is a really good place to get some good career mode create a club ideas. Check it out and join the Discord if you're not already in it. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you'll subscribe for more FIFA 23 content and especially create a club content because as I've got the game on PC now, I can mod it a little bit more and get some fresher ideas going forwards. But thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Join the Discord to join the conversation and I'll see you very soon for another video. Thank you and goodbye.